Sonic Speed!
Yo, so how about that new classic Sonic gameplay, huh? Sure looks crappy and not what Sonic Forces should be, because we all know that game is gonna suck so badly, because classic Sonic's gameplay looks and feels crappy, the graphics are worse than Generations, and we haven't had a good Sonic game since Adventure. Now, I'm sure you're all starting to type little comments telling me off, telling me otherwise, but you can rest easy, as that was a joke. I've already made some pieces expressing my hype for Sonic Forces already in other videos if you please, so don't be fooled, followers, but that's the thing. I might have got some of you a little pissed and ready to say otherwise, saying all Sonic fans are never satisfied, or there's no hope for the Sonic fanbase, or whatever. Or even the opposite, some fans who might have bought what I just said are now upset that I tricked them and are angrily commenting right now. First off, to those who do prefer Adventure or dislike classic Sonic's gameplay, the graphics, etc., whatever I just said before, I was not trying to mock you, I was not trying to make fun of you, I apologize if it seemed that way, you stick with your passion, your preferences, etc. You do you. What I was getting at here is the bad reputation the Sonic fanbase has practically everywhere. When it comes to judging games, having worries, having wishes, having certain cliques or niches within that fandom such as the fanfictions or the OCs, there are pros and cons. But when it comes to Sonic as a whole, in almost every spectrum of his fanbase, everyone loves pointing out the cons. No matter how childish, immature, pessimistic, or monotonous the reactions and opinions get, you're not always going to get people who are happy, okay? You could be ecstatic over news and info of a game, you could be pissed over news and info of a game. This happened with me when Paper Mario Color Splash was new info over a year ago. I got upset. I didn't like the direction Paper Mario went in, and I had reasons and why, and people were able to understand, sympathize, and share the agreement, or at the very least understand to a degree. The reason I made this channel is to not only invoke my passion for anime shows and specifically games, but to also encourage discussion, compromise, show both sides of the same coin, explain why people are down on something while others are elated on it otherwise, while sticking to my own opinion in doing so. I'm persuading and showing you guys what is making these reactions, how some decisions are being made, and how viable these events and opinions and reasons are. But not only is it hard because my channel's small, therefore my outlet's small, and also because I'm just the 18-year-old college freshman, but also because this seems to never stop. It'll always continue whether I want it to or not, that's reality, but at the cost of misunderstanding and overinflating the negativity and cons of reactions, you're gonna give the most disgusting impression on the fandom, and not every fan is like that, man. What sucks even more is that I already made a video like this, except this was more directed at the Paper Mario fandom than anything else, and it's similar to that video, not to mention, this doesn't apply to just Sonic. This applies to Mario, Paper Mario, Zelda, Metroid, Pokemon, One Piece, Game of Thrones, movies, anime, politics, art, literally everything that has a fanbase relates to this. Sonic is the main draw here, but trust me, to some degree in one way, shape, or form, every fandom for almost anything applies. You're allowed to form an opinion and criticism for a game even when it hasn't come out yet, because I've done that myself. But the thing is though, why do you take it so far as to cyberbully someone? Negativity towards the subject the topic is based on, that's one thing, and it helps to justify that as well as based off valid reasoning. But it's entirely different if you're going to question someone's intelligence or state of mind and living just to boost your ego. Need I remind you, this is a game, a video game character no less. If you're passionate about something, go for it. But don't twist that into jabs and stabs at someone's heart and soul. People are hating on classic Sonic, the gameplay we got, and I'm not going to stop them. Because not only are they allowed to do so, but they have valid reasons. The whole nostalgia pandering, even when we have Sonic Mania. The robots' designs, the lack of interesting details, because not everyone will find what you see interesting, and others. I'll persuade them and tell them there is reason to be positive about it, such as the fact that there are 3 different builds shown off in the span of 2 weeks, and this isn't even the final build. There's still a lot we don't know about. The promising modern Sonic gameplay, in my opinion, and others, but I'm not going to try and insult them or question the way they think, just because they think different from me. What happened to the modern era of discussion? Since when did we go back to the classical era of Greek philosophy? Why must we tell others to go eat dirt over a damn opinion? How did this obese, pimply douchebag decide he's the final arbiter of what the franchise should do and which fans need to kill themselves? That erection on your raisin-sized penis can only be met if you talk shit to everyone who thinks otherwise. Meanwhile, you could get your mindset fit and understand where some people come from, let alone make your fat ass fit from sitting all day shitposting, eating cheese puffs, because that's all you think you're good for now, shitposting and bullying because your life cannot get any more pathetic. It's people exactly like you that make the Sonic fanbase and others as well so toxic and vile that many fans are even ashamed to even be a part of it. When you can really do us all a favor and either change that self-absorbed mindset and sit down, or get the hell out of here, because life would be so much better without the shit coming out of your asshole of a mouth. The Sonic fanbase is not as cancerous and child-driven as it's cracked up to be. To be honest, you see a lot more people complaining about the fanbase than the actual complaints themselves. Sure, you actually do have those quote-unquote kinds of fans, the self-absorbed but also the actual inexpressible ones, but doesn't every fandom have those kinds of people? Seriously? The problem is because of the fact that the Sonic fanbase is so divided and split among various opinions. Not only is the negativity overinflated, but the flame wars and drama intensify where there's not even a point. There is no point. There's literally no use in trying to act like the bigger man when you just make Sonic, not just this fandom, but Sonic himself, look bad in times where he really doesn't. That's not to say Sonic's perfect, obviously 06, Boom, and other games, but even that boils down to objective reality. Of course, when rushed and flawed and whatnot, in terms of formal reality, games are genuinely bad, but in terms of objective reality, that's up to you. That very negativity and fire is so spread out across the fandom that not only does that make you and Sonic look bad, but that just makes people think the Sonic fandom is one hive collective mind. Yet again, like literally every fandom out there, not everyone thinks the same way. Not every Sonic fan hates Classic Sonic's inclusion or Green Hill Zone. Not everyone hates what they've seen in Sonic Forces, but not everyone loves what they've seen in Sonic Forces. Not everyone loves the boost gameplay. Not everyone hates the boost gameplay and modded Sonic either. Same for this third character. Not everyone hates the adventure games, just like not everyone loves the adventure games. Not everyone hates and loves the Boom games, the formerly bad Sonic games, Paper Mario Color Splash, the Metroid series, the Wii U, the Nintendo Switch, Undertale, Game of Thrones, Rick and Morty. Literally everything has a love and hating side, both of which have their reasons, valid and invalid. It's not completely one or the other. The issue is that balance is either thrown off or, more likely, completely misunderstood and taken out of context. But just like every fandom having love and hate, or even a middle ground of mixed emotions or understanding, the Sonic fandom is no different. I mean, my best friend likes the infamous Sonic 2 comic, not for the reasons you think, but he likes how much devotion and energy was put into something like that, even for as messy and over the top it is. That's just putting it nicely, by the way. He brings it up to, that's my opinion too, he brings it up to tease and poke fun at me, but that's my best friend. Of course he's gonna do that because I don't like that comic, but I'm not gonna shout angrily and put him under the bus. So if you can't agree on some opinion, why not at the very least understand? Like I said, my channel's purpose is to provide some understanding at all, hoping there could be some compromise as well as bring gaming enthusiasts and anime lovers together, because that's what we love at the end of the day, just like us Sonic fans love Sonic the Hedgehog, even during his bad times. So why not invoke and encourage that understanding and that optimism and hope? Because if negativity seems to draw everyone's attention, why not try positivity? People like my Sonic content recently because of apparently how positive and optimistic I seem to be in them, and people like to encourage that and share my opinions and viewpoints for that understanding to be met. So at least explain why you're not favoring this gameplay or this decision or whatever, but don't inflate it into something that's either marking the franchise as something bad or something that's worth pissing on someone else's point of view. A fanbase can suck, but it doesn't always show its worst side. And remember, an argument can be civil and moderate as well. Arguing doesn't always equal yelling and guns a-blazing. Arguments can equal civil discussion too. Show that you loved a certain thing in that game, and you'll bring fans together because it seems to be working when it comes to my Sonic Forces videos and others as well. It's worked with my Paper Mario, Smash Bros, and Super Mario videos as well. It's worked with plenty of other YouTubers' videos as well. It'll work for you guys in your comments, in your videos, your forums, etc. Try to invoke some positivity and common ground with someone. You'll never know. It'll actually turn someone's stay around. For instance, I love the boost gameplay in Unleashed Colors and Generations, and I'm stoked to see more modern Sonic gameplay. I'm hoping some adjustments will be made to his stages and gameplay style, but I love what I see so far. and I'm looking forward to that. I get why Classic Sonic's inclusion and Green Hill Zone are problems. I stated this over and over as if some of you are deaf, but if I don't feel the same way, I'm not going to jump the bandwagon. I have reasons to be excited, even if it's Classic Sonic. Sorry, I'm not a sheep. I just like to analyze and see what we can take from this and turn it into a good thing. I take what's bad and what's good and measure them. Is that so wrong? I'm genuinely curious what the hell this third character and this gameplay style is gonna be. I'm begging to know what's coming at E3. I want to know how the Switch will do. I want to know what games will be dished out. Certain hopes and wishes hopefully will be met. I'm extremely ecstatic over Super Mario Odyssey. I'm dying to know more about that game as that's my dream 3D Mario game. I've waited 7 years and I can gush over and over, hours and hours over Super Mario Odyssey and what we know and what's to come, and I need that shit like crack. These feelings, this joy, this elation, along with reasons in spreading and explaining them, seem to make people happy and connected, and I like that. If I can do that sort of thing, you can too. Thank you for watching, and be sure to stick around for more videos on Sonic Forces, Super Mario Odyssey, Sonic Mania, and other things Nintendo related, Sonic related, and other gaming videos, hopefully anime eventually as well. Stay super.